Hey, true believers, Englentine here. Not only do I like to talk about old comic books, I like to talk about old comic book fandom. And one of the great things about old comic books, they would have these stupid ads in them. And I call them stupid ads. And let me tell you, the reason being is because once we look at this, we can never say that young people were dumb anymore, because this is the crap we fell for. This is the stuff we want. Really? Wow, I want that. So here is a bunch of different ads that would try to separate us from our allowance that just so happen to be in the back of comic books. These are some beautiful, beautiful, beautiful things.
Learn to throw your voice, fool your friends, fun and party.
Throw your voice into trunks, behind doors, everywhere. Instrument fits into your mouth and out of sight. Full teacher, friends, family, free book on how to become a ventriloquist. Yeah, that book won't fit in your mouth, guys, and you don't need anything in your mouth to learn how to be a ventriloquist except for your tongue. This would have cost you 25 cents, but it would have been 25 cents definitely wasted. I'd love to hear if anybody had bought this. Some parents would tell their children, "No, I want to teach you the value of $1. I will not buy this Frontier cabin for you." And they would be wrong. You want to teach your child the value of $1, you buy this crap. Because what they think they're going to get is some sort of cabin that looks like the one in the picture. Instead, they get a polyethylene tarp that doesn't even look like a cabin until you drape it over some sort of furniture. And then it's polyethylene. That's basically a blow-up swimming pool. So you can't spend any kind of time in it because, one, it's going to get hot as hell, and two, they're going to die of asphyxiation because of the lack of air. You're in a rubber freaking tube. Good job, comic book ad. Kryptonite rocks. The one thing I actually bought, the one thing I've actually seen in real life, the one thing I really, really wanted, because I'm such a Superman fan. I want that Kryptonite rock because, hey, if Superman comes around and I'm doing something bad, I don't want him to stop me. I want to be able to take care of the Man of Steel. Now, the problem with Kryptonite rocks is that in the end, it's just a green rock. It is a green painted rock, and we loved it. Oh my gosh, look, I got Kryptonite. Let me put it on my shelf. Now, if I had the box and the rock, I would love it today. Let's not make any mistake of that. However, this not only is something that proves that we can't talk about how dumb kids are today, the reason for this item to exist is a worse reason for us not to be able to call kids dumb today. Because you know it was inspired by the pet rock, and kids, and by that I'm talking about anybody who was born after the 70s, this was real. Some guy got rich by putting a rock in some grass in a box, stamped pet rock on it, boom, the man's got money. It sold. We bought rocks in a box. That rhymed. And it was stupid. Have you ever been at the beach with your best girl when all of a sudden a bully comes up and says, "Hey, wimp, get out of here"? And your girl says, "Hey, I don't want to be with you anymore because you're a little skinny wimp. I want to go with a big, strong guy." Well, Charles Atlas has the program for you.
Makes me wanna take Charles Atlas by the hand in just 7 days. Oh, baby, I can make you a man.
And if Charles Atlas won't do it, you could become the deadliest man alive thanks to Black Dragon Fighting Society. Yep. We were advertising fighting in comic books. Hey, kids, go out and learn some Kung Fu by Afro Samurai. As a matter of fact, we have testimony from somebody who actually bought this course.
Am I the meanest?
Sure enough.
Am I the prettiest?
Sure enough.
Am I the baddest mofo low down around this town?
Sure enough.
Well, who am I?
Sure enough.
The Shogun of Harlem.
Now, if you wanted something a little more cuter than Kung Fu fighting, you have this darling pet monkey spelled improperly. And there's actually a little controversy around this because the Trades Commission stepped in. It appears that the company that was offering the monkey never even had access to monkeys. They just wanted kids to try to sell their wares. For me, this was the one that always got away. I was never allowed to order this, but I wanted it so much because of all the army men you would get. Look at this. It's a trunk full of army men. It would be awesome, and I want this so much. But nope, Mom and Dad would never buy it for me. And then when I started getting my own money, I was just too damn old to play with army men. And you could expand on it, too. Here's fighting ships that had airplanes, the whole 9 yards. Never got it. I would have even accepted the Roman soldiery equivalent that was sold often in the back of comic books. And thanks to the internet, now that I see them, now that I see that they're just these little flat things, what a bullet we dodged back then by not getting this shit. God bless whoever did, but wow. Yeah, that just looks bad. And this was the big draw right here, man. Look at all those prizes you could get. All you had to do was get these flower seeds, go door to door and sell them. And if you did, you would get these prizes. And this was such a great draw. I wanted to try this so much. I had practical parents, though, who would say, no, you don't want to do that. You're not going to do that. If you did that, you would have to buy the seeds, which of course you would. And they would just sit around. We'd end up having a whole bunch of packets of seeds, and you wouldn't get your ass out around the neighborhood. And they're absolutely right. Although I thought, yes, I can do it. I mean, look, there's kids at the top of the magazine that said they can do it. Like, who were these kids, and why were they so motivated to go out and sell this flower seed to get the cheapest plastic shit you could go to any Woolworths, and instead of going to the great hamburger counter they had in there, buy the crappiest stuff that was available? And they each had these testimonies here as well. And this was just like the advertisers' kids. They took all pictures of it, wrote up their own testimonies to it. Nobody did. If you did this, please leave a comment below. If you know somebody who did this, I want to know about this experience. On Facebook, I actually met one of the kids who sent in a superhero to Dial H for Heroes. I would love to meet somebody who did this and did the testimony as an adult now. Now, if we're talking about comic book ads of the 60s, 70s, 80s, all that time, there are two holy grails. Two things you would see in the back of all of them, and I don't care who you are, you'd be curious. Number one would be the sea monkeys. Seriously, I don't know any kid who read comics and saw them that were not at least a little bit curious about these things. Of course, they're like brine shrimp or something like that. But look at the ad. There's people. It's a family, and they're smiling. They're happy. Wouldn't that be awesome to have in a bowl where they'd walk out of their little castle you had for them and just wave, hello, little Eglinton. How you doing? What's up? Tell us about your day. I mean, look. They look like they could communicate. I mean, that's a family dynamic right there. That is awesome. And the whole family is looking at their whole family. And everything is fine, and everything is great. That is the wonder of sea monkeys that they sold. And when you got in the packet, it was brine shrimp. This ended up just being one more reasons why Americans didn't trust the Germans. Yeah, it was invented by a German guy, Harold von Braunhut. That was his name. Bet you didn't know that. You learn something new every day. But if I were to pick one thing to be the holy grail of anything anybody ever wanted out of the back of a comic book, it would be the Hypno coin. I'm just kidding. All this was like a pin with a little swirly design on it. I mean, you want to talk about a ripoff? Hypno coin is probably a bigger ripoff than the holy grail of all ads from the back of a comic book. Of course, I'm talking about the X-ray specs. Man, we couldn't. I mean, look at this guy. He's seeing right through his hands. Let's forget about the fact that that's a cartoon, and the first sentence in the entire ad is, greatest illusion of the century. Yeah, we didn't see that one, did we, kids? But man, we wanted to. It says you can see through clothes. Oh my gosh, that would be so amazing because, most of us were about to enter junior high and locker rooms and girls, so you wanted your X-ray specs. Now, I never fell for this, and I never bought any. I would love to hear from somebody who did. I mean, were they just glasses with these designs pinned on them? I know we can Google, but I want to hear from somebody. I mean, I think that would be really cool. Really awesome. $1.49 for some funky sunglasses. That's not exactly a bad deal. You know, back in the day, it wouldn't have even been, I guess. I like ads like these because they just played right into the perviness of the preteen and teenage boy. Seriously. Let's just cut out all pretext of what you might look at. You're not going to be looking at your hands. Yeah, even people and even kids that were like part of the He-Man Woman Haters Club are definitely going to be doing this bit. You know, they knew what was happening or what was wanting to be happening. But anyway, I think it's funny, and at least they call them X-ray specs here. So there you go, true believers. Should we start some businesses up, bring this stuff back? Some X-ray specs or a throw your voice? What do you think? Think we can make $1 million off of flat army men? Let me know in the comments below what you think about all these things. And did you actually fall? I know I'm talking to the older folk here, but did you fall for any of these? Did you actually order anything out of the back of a comic book? And if so, did you cut up that comic book, which would now be a 40-year-old collector's item? I mean, these are the questions I think I need answered. Let me know in the comments below. Also, if you like this video, you want to see more, click like, click share, subscribe. You know the drill. Hit that notification bell, everybody. Even if you are subscribed, make sure you're getting notified so you don't miss anything. Cool things like this happen around these parts. Also, this is the way we make our living, so if you don't mind, head on over to Patreon. Drop $1 in the till. Help us keep the lights on and help us keep making videos like this. I'd like to thank everybody who's already done that, and to everyone, all of the true believers, thank you very, very much for watching. Ooh, I forgot to ask, if you have a favorite advertisement that I did not put in here, please let me know about it. Now let's roll credits.